Hello my fellow traders, how are you guys doing? Hope everyone had an amazing week, a peaceful one. It's your boy Andy Potter once again, and I'm here to bring you guys another banger analysis on the US dollar pairs that we trade. As you guys know, every weekend I come on here to share light on a couple of US dollar pairs. If you've been following my channel and have been watching my video, you will know that our analysis always come out correctly. Almost 90% out of 100 all the time. And if you've been trading with my analysis, you must have been smiling to the bank just like me, just like everyone on the Telegram group. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's jump into today's episode. But before that, if you are new to my channel or you are just coming across my video for the first time, please show some love and support by subscribing to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, feel free to share it with your friends that are new into the forex market or that are still struggling to become profitable, because my analysis always play out 90 out of 100. So guys, let's jump into this one. You guys know that I like to start off with the daily time frame. And if you watched the previous video last weekend, you will know that when we analyzed this Euro USD pair, I plotted a demand zone here like so, but I had to remove that demand zone, because of this demand zone below. I already know in back of my mind that there is a demand zone here, but this is how this chart was last weekend when I analyzed it, and it was around this area here. And when it was around this area, I told you guys that I'm still expecting a push to the upside, and this is where my stop loss is, and I'm still expecting this market to push to the upside. When this market opened on Monday, this was Monday candle, this bullish candle. Tuesday, this candle here. This Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and exactly as I expected, it came into my 61 to 78% area of Fibonacci, and we smiled to the bank, me and my fellow traders that are in my Telegram group. So as you can see, guys, the daily time frame is well marked out and clean. And like I told you guys, I've been measuring for the few weeks now. The banks has been taking profit on their long position, adding massively to their short position. What am I looking for this coming week? I'm looking for a sell. But let's jump to our 4-hour time frame, where I like to break the chart down and look for trading opportunities. So looking at the 4-hour time frame here, you will see that when the market opened last week, it from here pushed to the downside here, pushed into this 4-hour demand zone here. And if you guys remember clearly, last weekend video I made, because this area wasn't really clear to me, I jumped down to the 1-hour time frame, where I plotted about 3 demand zones here, and I told you guys that I'm expecting this market to retest this demand zone that is here, then push to the upside, push into my 61 to 78% retracement area of Fibonacci. And it did exactly that. We smiled to the bank, me and other traders that are on my Telegram group, where I share this trade setup. So for this coming week, what am I expecting to see on this market? I'm expecting to see a big drop for the coming week, but am I expecting it to start dropping from here? No, because if you count market structure from here, this was a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low here. Then it broke structure here, made a high, higher low here, then higher high. Then all this area, we can't really count this as higher high. Let's just say higher high here. Then you made this higher low here. then now putting in this higher high here. So what am I expecting? And if you are looking at the retail sentiments, if you guys have been following my video, for those that have been following my video for a couple weeks now, you will know that mostly after my analysis, I use retail sentiment, to make my entering decisions most. That's one of the things I use to determine when to jump into the market. And with retail sentiment, I always like to jump into the market from 1995, because I know that the overall master that I've ever seen from retail sentiment is 96. 97 is once. So I already know that anything from 1995, the market must surely, do the opposite, because the retail traders that will be aggressively adding to their sell when this market is rallying to the upside, we keep on adding to when they get to 1995 and they see that the market is still pushing to the upside, they will start giving up. They will be like, oh, we messed up, let's just start closing the sale and jump into a buy. And that's when the market will start dropping to the downside massively, because the banks doesn't really want retail traders to make money. They just use retail trader to push price in the area where they want to offload their positions. That's why people that say retail traders doesn't play a role in the market, I always laugh at them, because they don't know what they are saying. Without retail traders, the market will not be balanced. So you have to know what the retail traders are doing and what the banks are doing to be profitable in this market. Yeah, you will not be profitable all the time, but at least being 80% out of 100, your winning rate is 80%, because my winning rate is 80% or more, if not 90. Yes, I can proudly say that. And what am I? So let me just continue with this analysis. If you look at here, when the market gets here before they drop to the downside, you see that it's just the aggressiveness of sell is just on 64%. So they are not aggressive. When I see this drop happening here, I smiled, because I know that this is not enough to start pushing this market to the downside and take out all these lows. So when I saw this, I said to myself, this is opportunity to add to positions, because I was holding positions from all the way from here, which I took my profits here. So when this happened, I jumped in here again and I held it to here. This is where I took my profit. I'm satisfied with that. So when the market open, what am I expecting to see? When the market open, it's possible for this market to do something like this, then give us this leg, before I will be interested in looking for that bigger drop to the downside. So let me remove this. I don't need it anymore. It's already played the role that I want him to play for me. So let's count this as higher high, higher low. Let's call this high, higher low, higher high. So I need that higher low here for this market. It might not get to here, it might just give us something like this. It might just give us something like this. It's possible. And it's possible to get here. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm not going to start selling when the market open from here. I have to see if these buyers that are pushing this market, because this is the banks pushing this market to their selling area. And where is the area the bank used to drop the market the last time? If you look, this is where the bank used to drop the market the last time. And I expect this market to contact here. It's possible to contact here, but something this zone is possible as well. Something this zone, this market can do something like this, higher low, this higher high here, before we start seeing that move It might not play out exactly the way I'm drawing it. I'm just demonstrate, like, giving you guys idea of what I'm expecting, before I start looking for my sell to the downside. And if you look here, you will see that this, any supply zone that you see that is this color, demand zone that you see that is this color, is a demand zone that has been tested before previously, and any demand zone on this color hasn't been tested previously. And you guys know that when a demand zone and a supply zone is tested a couple times, you expect it to be removed. So this demand zone has tested here. The banks has used it after it got created here to push price. So if it comes back around this area, I expect it to be removed, and same with this as well. So this is the next demand zone where I'm currently looking at when the markets start dropping. So that's it for Euro USD. So let me quickly look at AUD USD. So looking at AUD USD here, this let's quickly look at the daily time frame. Looking at the daily time frame here, you will see that this supply zone has been removed, with this weak candle here. So what am I expecting to see here? AUD USD has been, adding momentum to the upside, but I know that this market is going to drop. I'm not yet convinced that the downtrend is done, though I have been seeing the bank adding to their long positions, but I think they are doing that to just push this market to their area of selling, where they want to drop the market. And where was the last area the bank used to drop market? Was around this area. I didn't mark out this area as a demand zone for a reason. As a supply zone for a reason. It's not really that supply zone to me. So this market is possible to, it's possible for this market, since this supply zone has been removed, it's possible for this market to still push to the upside and come to this area before we see that drop to the downside, to come into here, or probably here. This is where I'm actually looking at before possibly any move to the upside. So let's jump to our 4-hour time frame and break it down more. Okay, if you look at this 4-hour time frame, you see that a new demand zone got created here, and this supply zone here got removed. This zone here, this supply zone, was removed with weak, just slightly. That's why I still leave it here. So now if you see, as you can see, the market tested it and is currently on 91%. So what I'm actually expecting to see here possibly is for this market to do something like this. If not come to retest here, then we'll see this move to the upside before I will start looking for that drop. And it's possible for this market to start dropping from here and take out this trend line and drop to the downside. But I don't believe that's going to happen, because this new demand zone that just got created is giving me concern. This demand zone is institutional demand. This is the area the banks used to push this market to the upside. So if the market comes back to this area, I expect this market to push to the upside. But if this market doesn't come back to that area, and something like I see something like this when the market opens, I see something like this. So I will just look for my sell like so, maybe, which is possible. So this is what I'm looking for here. Let's look at the last one, which is Gbpusd. Okay, so Gbpusd, same. Looking at this area here on the daily time frame, you will see that the Gbpusd came into our 61% to 78% retracement, went above it a little bit. So when the market open, I expect to see something like this, for this market to probably push to the upside before dropping. This is what I'm expecting. Let's go to 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, I see that the supply zone here got removed. The market came into our 61 to 78% retracement shy of, then give this massive candle, which, if you look now, you will see that this was a higher high, higher low, high, higher low, higher high now. So I'm expecting this higher low, this higher low, then this before this. This one is much clearer than AUD/USD. So this is what I'm expecting to see. And looking here, you will see that the market is currently on 86% retracement, which is now 86% on sentiment, which is not enough to push this price to the downside. How I expect it to come and remove these two demand zone that has been tested in the past. So it's possible for this market to come and retest this area, then push to this supply zone before this drop. Sorry guys, sometimes I mistake supply zone for demand. So if that happens, if it sees that, just know that it's just a minor mistake. Okay, so this is a supply zone, this is a demand zone. So sometimes if I mistake this demand zone, this supply zone for a demand zone, just know it's just a mistake. Okay, so I'm expecting to see something like this before I will start looking for that bigger drop to the downside. And it's possible for this market, when the market opens, for something like this, for this market to still push to the downside more before giving this leg. This is what I'm expecting to see. But if that doesn't happen, that when the market open, this market start dropping and take out this demand zone here, I will start looking for where to enter and take my profit around this area. Like I have to draw this trend line here. Some people always draw a random trend line. Every trend line should be measured. There are trend line that you can draw, it will be off. That's why recently I've learned to draw my trend line according to the area the market is currently playing on. And with this trend line here now, as I put this trend line here now, you see that this market is more clear now. So it's possible for this market to come back and retest this trend line, push to the upside before giving us that drop that we are looking for. You understand? So that's what I'm expecting for the dollar pairs for the coming week. Let's just look at what is happening on the DSY. Okay, so looking at the DSY here, you see that this demand zone here has been removed. demand zone here has been removed, and this is the area that the bank used to drop price, push price to the upside. Apart from this area, this was the last area the bank used to push the price to the upside, and now that area has been taken out. So I'm expecting it's possible for this market to continue to the upside here like this, but if that happens, this market didn't really correct nicely. So I'm expecting to see something like this, possibly to come back to this previous area where the bank used to push price before we start seeing that big momentum to the upside. And it's possible for this market to drop a bit and create a new demand zone. If a new demand zone got created here, it's possible to use that new demand zone to push price, because if you look here, you see that the market came into our 61 to 78% retracement, then shy off. So it's possible for market to do something like this, or to drop back to this area, then create a new demand zone and use it to push price. So that's what I'm expecting, guys. I hope you guys find this video helpful. So guys, have an amazing weekend. I'm having malaria, though I've been taking treatment for about 2 to 3 days now. If you can feel it from my voice and the way I'm speaking, I'm just trying to make sure I give you guys this video, because you guys has been supportive, subscribing to the YouTube channel, joining the Telegram groups. It's been massive. I want to be working with my fellow traders across Africa. I'm not charging anybody money to do this, because I make enough from the market. I want to use this opportunity to help people that are new into the forex market, to become profitable, because most courses they sell out here will not make you profitable. Yes, I bought a whole lot of courses from Nigerian mentors. None of their course made me profitable. The only person I would say is cost in Nigeria helped me was Dapo Willis. In Nigeria, everyone believes that Dapo Willis is the best trader in Nigeria, if not in Africa. So what is cost? What the most important thing I learned from Dapo Willis course, from Willis Capital, is how to analyze chart from the higher time frame, like the monthly and the weekly, how to mark out my major key levels, see the bigger picture of the market, which I learned that as well with other courses that I bought. But that Willis course kind of made me understand it much better. Like, I worked with a couple of traders like Rosie and other traders on the community, and they gave me hand about 2 years ago. So I use the course. That's why you always see, before I will start marking out my supply and demand on the daily time frame and the 4 hours, where I like to look for trade opportunities, I always first of all mark out my monthly key levels. Then I come to my weekly time frame and mark out my few support and resistance using the horizontal line, which is the way my first monitor taught me. Then comes down to the daily and the 4 hours and mark out my supply and demands, because supply and demand is what really made me profitable 80% or 90%. Like, for the past 3 months now, I haven't taken a losing trade. I haven't taken a single loss on the market for the past 3 months now. And I can tell you guys that no matter what you learned from this market, you can be profitable. But when you add supply and demand and the CFCT reports to your trading, which is where you will find the high institutions or positions, if they are adding to their long or if they are adding to their short, is CFCT report. If you search it, you will see the website. Then you go to Chicago Mercantile or something, then you go on short, you will see all the whole high institutions trading positions. You will see if they are adding to their long or they are adding to their short. So you will use that and know the what banks are doing, if they are bearish or they are bullish. Then you come, after analyzing your charts, you then use the retail sentiment. You use the retail sentiment to see when the market is ready to go to the opposite direction, whether for the long time or the short time. Just like the charts that we look at now, you always see that I always mark out my retail sentiment. And looking at dollar pair here and looking at what is happening on AUD, Euro, USD, all those charts, you will see that they are all corresponding together. Looking at the bank position, I see that the banks have massively added to their long position. That's when this demand zone got created here on the daily time frame. This is institutional demand. This is the area where they offload their long position, and when the market got to this area here, they needed to offload the rest of their long position. They kind of take profits around here, and the price started dropping. Retail traders are busy selling. They are just allow retail trade, because what the bank does is when they offload the order, like here, as they offload this long position here, they have not yet offload all their long positions. They just offload some. So when the market got here, they can't offload the rest here. They need to push this market lower to their previous where they created their buying position, for them to offload the rest position before the market take off to the moon. So for what are they going to do for the market to come back to that their buying area, for them to offload their rest order and start dropping price and start pushing price to the upside or dropping price? They have to take profit. When they take profit, the market will start dropping, and retail traders will push the market for them to the area where they want to offload their position before pushing to the upside. This is profit taking here. And before they took these profits here, retail traders that was shorting as this market was pushing down started closing up their short to start buying. They was like, okay, this is the right time to take profit, so that the markets will start dropping. So as they are dropping price, the retail traders that close off their short positions here and start acquiring long here, believing that the market will go up, will keep on adding to their buying position. So as this market is dropping, as they took profit, this market is dropping, those retail traders are aggressively adding to their buy. So they are aggressively adding to this buy. This market is dropping, so they are lowering retail traders to push this market for them to their next buying zone. And what happens is, once the market gets to their buying zone here, you see those retail traders, they will be like, oh, we messed up, this market is not buying. Once they start closing up their buy, which is what happened here. After this news happened here like this, you see this candle that closed like this, retail traders that are holding these massively long positions here now, they will be like, oh, thank God, this is a rejection candle. And when the market opens, you see something like this happen, the bank will start pushing this price down to here. Then the retail traders already added more to their, their buying, believing that this is a fade, a rejection candle, which is a rejection candle though. They have added more to their buying position here. And when the market open, they will see that the market is still dropping, selling. They will be like, oh fuck, we messed up. That's when they will start closing this their buying position to acquire short. Probably the market might be around this area, retesting this demand zone here. Then you see the bank push price to the upside. It might not happen exactly like this. It might just get to this area, then the bank will push the market to the upside. So I hope this little explanation helps you guys to get a basic understanding how the retail traders and the banks play this game. The bank plays a crazy game on this market, which if you don't pay attention very well, you will never understand. And that's why I said learning how to mark out key levels and support and resistance didn't really help me to become that much profitable. What helped me to build my strategy and become profitable is supply and demand, because I know that supply and demands are created by the high institutions. This is where there is a whole lot of buyers came into the market. So when the market comes back to this area of buy, you expect to see the market push to the upside. But you see all those support and resistance, key levels. Yeah, key levels, helps. Key levels helps for people that trade support and resistance. But me, I know that most guys that trade support and resistance and key levels, they are not really profitable. They are just good in analyzing chart, because when back then when I was still using only key levels to trade and a few support and resistance, so we just be on Twitter making noise, uploading charts, and whoever comes across your chart and look at it will be very nice, like looking very clean. That's just what marking out only key levels does for you. Your chart will always look nice, clean, and simple. But what is the gain of chart looking nice, clean, and simple and not making money? Because key levels cannot really tell you when to buy or when to sell. And all those key level traders, they'll be like, when market comes to my key levels and that shows me that area is a very strong area, it won't be taken out, I will buy from there, I will sell from there. That's totally rubbish. Sometimes it stays, but majority of the time it doesn't work. So I will tell you this for free. You see all those new guys on Twitter always making noise, analyzing charts, uploading every here and there. Some of them doesn't even have a live account. They are not profitable. I was one of them, man. We go just there on Twitter analyzing beautiful charts, posting without making money weeks to week. Sometimes you wait for 2 weeks, 3 weeks for market to come to your key level or break a trend line and come back and test it. And at the end of the day, you wait 3 weeks or 1 month before taking one trade. And at the end of after taking the trade, it will end up stopping you out because you are getting it all wrong. Sometimes it works, so well, it won't really make you that profitable. But one thing with supply and demand is supply and demand will give you a good risk to reward trade. And you already know in back of your mind that if a supply zone is created or a demand zone is created, a high institution demand or supply, just like this demand zone here now, I know that this is a high institution demand zone here. So you see how this market is coming back to this my demand zone here. I already know that this market is going to hold, because that's the simple principle of demand, supply and demand. Sometimes it gets taken out when it has been tested a couple of times, but in this case it hasn't been tested in the past. Look at what happened here. You see when this demand zone got created here, this is a weekly demand zone. You see when it got created here, the market pushed to the upside, then came back to that area, then pushed again. You see what I'm telling you? It came back to that demand zone, which is the buying area. They offloaded their buy position here, created this demand. The market pushed up here, they took profit. Retail traders pushed this market down, and when it gets to their institution buying area, this is where they started to offload the rest of their buying position, and this new demand got created here. This market pushed down, another one created, they added to their position. Now market push, so they have to take profits here because of this area here to drop the price for them to come back here again, for them to offload their next area, which will push the market forced to take out this area, because the market has to respect this area as well. Let me even go into this side, because this area hasn't been tested in the past though, so you don't expect this market to take out here. So as it comes back here now, you see it's respecting the area by, for them taking profits here to come back here and offload a heavy buying order that will be able to take out this supply zone here. You understand, guys? So that's how it works. And if you look here now, you see this supply zone here got created, this price drop, it came back, they offloaded their rest order before dropping price. So at the end of the day, it got taken out. So I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm trying to explain. So you have to know all this to make money. No indicator will save you. No indicator will save you. The only indicator I do use sometimes is EMA 50 and EMA 200, which I use it to measure overall trend of the market. Just like if I plot this EMA 200 here now, you see that it's below, indicating to me that this market is strongly on bullish side. So when this market comes back, this EMA will be probably here, and this EMA will act as support. You understand? This EMA will act as support, plus this demand zone here acting as support to hold this market to push to the upside. Guys, that's all. I didn't even know that I would go deep into this one like this. Then